Brilliant, thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing. I need to give this kind of side note to you. There are going to be some questions here, and I am totally comfortable if you do not feel comfortable answering them. That is cool. You met me an hour ago, and you do not have to answer any question I ask you. I'd love for you to answer. I think we all learn from you. I got teary-eyed just hearing about the old lady down the street. So I would love to hear it, and I know your friends and classmates would love to hear it, but don't feel like you have to, okay? I need to know 3 other people. Nope. Anyone that thinks their school needs to be cleaned up. Anyone in your group that thinks your school needs to be cleaned up. Anyone in your school group that thinks your school needs to be cleaned up. Anyone. I don't care who comes up. Brother and sister. Perfect. Would you guys mind sharing why you think your school needs to be cleaned up? Hey, Sunshines, can you listen up for me? Sorry, you can come up here if you want. I just couldn't hear him. Go ahead.
Mostly because most of the kids throw their trash no matter where they are. They're acting like right here, like at home. They don't care. They just throw it. They think it's gonna get cleaned up. But even the janitors get tired, so we need to step up and help them.
Right. The janitor's job is to clean up trash, right? To do things like make sure the desks are clean so we don't get germs. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Why do you think so?
Because a lot of people think that oh, it's just because it's school, it doesn't matter, but it actually does because it represents your home and your parents. And if you don't clean up after yourself, then they'll think that your parents doesn't make you do anything at all.
Thank you. You know, even if you went to church every day for 2 hours every day, the place that you spend the second most amount of time, I could have worded that better, in your whole life from 0 to 20 is school. The only place you spend more time in your life is home. So it's important to think about, as we talk about cleaning up our school, we're here a lot. This is a home, right? Thank you for sharing.
Well, I would think because budget cuts have really cut down on our janitor sites. Like there used to be more, but recently budget cuts has like cut them in half, I think. And like I think it was today going down the stairs, there was some lasagna thrown all over the stairs, which could have been picked up easily by those students. They'd rather not.
Or not dropped, right? Very good. Thank you for sharing.
I believe like in order to have a good educational environment, you need to have a good cleaning environment. Because if you're studying for a test outside and you see a wrapper going, you're easily going to get distracted by the trash outside.
Perfect. Thank you. Very good. Thank you guys for sharing. And for those of you that didn't share, don't feel comfortable sharing. I appreciate you being quiet while you listen. Anyone in your group that wants to go to college? That wants to go to college? Hey guys. Hello. I'd love to hear a couple of your thoughts on why you want to go to college or what you want to do with college. Anybody? Does anybody share? Go for it.
I want to better myself instead of just like living a mediocre life. I want to go as far as.
Very cool. Anyone else?
I want to take advantage of the opportunities that my parents didn't have as kids.
So your parents couldn't go to college?
No, they couldn't have any education.
You get to give them.
I'm the first one. So
Congratulations. Have you been accepted? Have you been applying?
No, I'm applying currently.
Where are you applying to?
I'm applying to UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Riverside.
Taking over the UCs, aren't you? Very good. Good to hear, Carlos. Yes, dear.
Also to give back to my community after I majored in whatever subject, to give back to my community, like lawyers, doctors have been giving. They need a college education. If we didn't have any of those, then our cities, our states would be like disasters.
Yeah, it'd be hard to be a doctor if you didn't know about the body, right? Very cool. Anyone else want to share? Yes, dear.
Besides being the first one, I also want to help the environment, and I want to be a marine biologist, and it also helps animals, and I really love animals, and there's a lot of people who dislike them and treat them horribly.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Yes, dear.
I want to prove to my parents that all their hard work that they've gone through, like, has actually paid off.
Thank you, Carlos. Let's hear it again.
I want to like prove to my parents that all of the hard work that they've gone through, because they've been through a lot, like show them that I was actually able to show them, like with my education, showing them I was able to go to college, I was able to pursue the career I wanted, my choice.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing. And anyone else over here? One more person want to share? You guys are earlier on, right? You're younger. I never really thought about that. It's like it's a long way away now. Cool. Thank you guys all for sharing. You head back to your corners. That sounds so bad. Just a couple more. Thank you for sharing. Anyone that lives within walking distance of a liquor store? Anyone that lives within walking distance of a liquor store? It's a funny question, right? Why do you think I just asked you this question?
Liquor stores get robbed.
Liquor stores do get robbed a lot. Why else would I ask you this question?
It's not liquor, it's like a fast one that we shouldn't be like close to.
Say that again. Say that really loud.
Okay, it's bad because like they're too close to us and it has bad things like cigarettes and beer, which can mess with people's lives.
Thank you. Anybody else? I'm going to respond to all this at the end. Why would I ask you this?
Sometimes our size, maybe you think because you're in front of a liquor, you're eating junk food all the time, but sometimes it's actually convenient and helpful for emergency.
It's a good call. Perfect. Thank you. All right, I want to try something else really quick, and then we'll talk about why I asked you this question. So go back to your groups for a second. Not your phone, your group. How many of you walk by a library on the way to school? How many of you walk by a library?
Does the school one count?
No, school one does not count. Great question. How many of you walk by a library? Come on. One more time, how many people walk by a liquor store? Or walking distance of a liquor store? Come up here if you do. Now do you understand why I asked you the question? Does it make any more sense? Why?
There's more liquor stores than libraries.
How is there more liquor stores and libraries? Not even just a little bit more? Not many of you live on the same street. I know that, unless you're related or you're one of two seniors here. You don't live on the same street. You almost all walk by a liquor store, and one of you walks by a library. There's got to be a problem with a community like that, right? All right, go back to your groups. Anyone? We have 3 more, okay? Anyone that thinks it's unsafe to be outside at night? Anyone that thinks it's unsafe to be outside at night? Can anyone share why they feel unsafe or why they think it's unsafe to be outside at night?
Because most of the crimes happen during the night, and that's when they're least expected that police will pass by. And also there could be rapists, killers, even drunk people could kill a person not even knowing.
Right.
Well, also because even I was assaulted in the day in front of my school last year, and I believe that it's even in the day it could be worse than the night.
Also, many of us have heard, I'm pretty sure, but there's rapists around the community, the city of Haywood, and they are anywhere, and they try to attack the schools. And the later you go, and the prettier you are, even if you're outside, no one, they'll get you.
Yes.
I also think because, well, especially lately, because I think police pay more attention to things that are least important, like really people, like with things that people can help themselves with, but with bigger things, like they don't really pay attention to it. Like past 2 or 3 months, 2 people have got shot right next to my house in the alley, and police got there maybe like half an hour later, but like I just remember the dead body was right there, like 30 minutes. Police didn't get there until like, well, half an hour later. And I don't think that's right, it was 8:30.
I think night is like 1 a.m. Anything else? Listen, those of you that aren't standing out here in the circle, I want you to listen to this. This is exactly what we're talking about. And some of you shared some really personal things, and thank you. It's hard to do that, and it makes you vulnerable, and it's also scary. It's scary as an adult to come to this community and hear what's happening and what you're being warned about, right? That's what happens in third world countries.
It's not the only thing.
Right.
Because since the economy is bad, people are trying to find other ways. And just yesterday, when I came out of the senior Thanksgiving dinner and went to the store with my brother, there was a guy following me, and my brother saw a gun on him. And my brother didn't see it in time. Yeah. We don't know what could have happened, but so we don't know what he did or didn't do in the store.
And what does it say to you guys about your community? Those of you that aren't in the circle as well, what's it say about your community that you don't feel safe at night? Because the first thing we hear about when you hear about taking care of a child, when you guys, 17, 16, 15 years ago, we all said you need to go outside and play. Don't sit in front of the TV. Don't play video games. Go outside and play. How are we to tell you to go outside and play when your outside and play looks like this? So what does it say about your community?
It needs to change.
It needs to change, right?
That us as a community, we're not being responsible enough to take care of other people. Even though we have to take care of ourselves first, we also have to care about other people.
Absolutely. Sometimes we realize the danger of it.
Right? It's almost like if we don't acknowledge it, it's not there, and it's still there, even if we don't always
Been there and
all right, thank you guys for sharing. You guys can all come sit down at your tables now. Thank you. So you can sit at your seats, but I want you guys to listen to the final question I have, and the reason I want you to listen to it is because I think it's important for you to hear, and I think it's important for you to sit around the room. And I also think it's important to have a conversation about this question. So the question is, if you would please stand up if you are part of this category. Anyone that thinks they have the power to make changes. Anyone that thinks they have the power to make changes. If you think you have the power to make changes in your community, I want you to stand up. So there's 6 of you in the room that feel like they can have the power to make changes. If you would like to, stay standing please. If you would like to have the power to make changes, will you please stand up? Stand on your chair, don't try to get in so much trouble.